Hi everyone, Finn.no here. Welcome to my channel. Early today I went to Youngstorget, a couple of blocks over there in that direction, to meet up with a seller from Finn.no, which is the equivalent of eBay or Craigslist here in Norway. And I had asked him if he wanted to sell me a couple of records, because he has done so before, and that worked out fine, and he said yes. So I went there and got my records and a nice coffee. And these were records that one of them I had on this list for quite a while, and then I noticed some other records that I had on this list in my wish list were being sold. So I thought, no, I better grab this now because the price is and was very fair. But I did also pick up one other album. Part of the reason for that is that, yes, I already have this record on CD, but I recently bought the second album from this band. A band that has technically released 3 albums, but I guess the first 2 albums are considered the real proper ones, maybe, if you read a little bit about it. And that annoyed me a little bit, so when I saw that he was also selling the first album on vinyl, again, very nice price, I grabbed it. It's a little bit worn on the outside, but this isn't one of the sort of the bands that are very sort of important in my existence. So I got the debut album, and it's a Dutch pressing of the Teardrop Explodes Kilimanjaro. So now I have those two, let's call them. I'll probably then now feel an urge to get the third album, which I think was recorded under very, not the best of conditions, and people weren't really getting along and all that. But yeah, it's Julian Cope, of course, and I guess some of you may know this album with a fairly different, more Kilimanjaro-ish cover. And so, yeah, there's the inner sleeve with lyrics, and this is a cracking album. And like I said, it's a Dutch pressing this, so it has that dark blue Mercury label there, which I tend to, when I see this, think that it's going to be a Philips, but yeah, long story short. So the other album, which was the main reason for this endeavor, is another album in my my prolonged pavement, the year of payment on vinyl anyway. This is the 5th album. Some might say solo album, but it isn't really, because it's just Stephen Malkmus after Payment, where he started. The first album was just called Stephen Malkmus, but after that, it was Stephen Malkmus and the Jicks. So this is the 5th album, and this is Wig Out at Jagbags. And like he said, he played it once, and hence it's still in the shrink wrap, which I'll leave on until I get a couple of proper outer sleeves. So there's the back of that. I really, like you guys probably know by now, I really like Stephen Malkmus, and of course Payment and all that, and I have all of these solo albums on CD, just like I had all of the Payment, but yeah, I've had such a great time listening to this all over again on vinyl. So I'm keeping it up and going to try and complete my Malkmus collection, if you like, by also adding his yeah, well, let's call them solo albums. And earlier this year, I also got the album from his new group, the Hard Quartet, and I saw them live here in Oslo, so that was a good experience. So it came with this poster. So this album title was in reference to an album title by, was it a hardcore punk band, apparently, that he likes. And now I don't remember. And it was a reference to a place in London or something, where they called the patrons jagbags. So there's something going on the back of this that I have, to be quite honest, no idea of what is. Let's just have a look at the vinyl as well, shall we? Nice inner sleeve.
Up for just about anything, lean and hungry, ready to spring, and soon enough, you know, the time will come. We were put on this earth to shine, destined for greatness by design. The mental speed bumps you must navigate, the frigid shoulders interrupting fate. I often jump cut to my future days. Palpable wealth is on display. The casual confidence to say.
So that video has not actually gone premiered yet. I have while I'm recording this, I have one final payment video coming out, and my first video showing my very first Stephen Malkmus vinyl album, which isn't this one. So yeah, like I said, still on a payment and Malkmus kick in this year.
In a constant dizzy cyber ride, I'm busy, watch you open up the door. Space captain, try to stop killing me with kindness. Maintain mindless speed.
And although I did show this in a previous video, not sure if it comes premieres after or before this one, I am currently reading this one, my first ever book of this kind. These are books about albums, and very pleasant read, I must say. It wasn't quite what I had in mind. It was about not just the record and payment at the time, which I'm now finally reaching, but it's about the author and his getting into payment, and this album in particular. And so yeah, reading Wowie Zowie, and an additional treat for me in this year of payment, I suppose. So I just wanted to show you guys these records that I picked up today. Very nice price. I think I paid equivalent of I guess £25, somewhere in the region of $35 for these two. And I know that Stephen Malkmus doesn't seem to be, I don't see it much anywhere when I go in record shops, so I was glad to get that for 200 Norwegian kroner. That was very nice. So if you guys have any comments about these records, both of them, and payment and all that, I'd appreciate if you'd leave me a comment. And apart from that, if you would please click like, that helps my channel. If you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy. I want to say hello and thank you to all my new subscribers as well. There's been quite a few of you lately. And I hope to see you guys soon in another video. Bye-bye.